Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 5.
Good afternoon and welcome into Mississippi Live Weather at 5. I'm meteorologist Gabe Maynor, and what a hot day it has been. Feels like we've been saying that the past couple of days, but it's really ramping up today, and we'll really see that heat climb into our Tuesday and Wednesday as well. That's our top headline. It's just going to be the hot, dry week ahead. A drier work week expected with some rainfall maybe moving in as the latter part of the week kicks in, but the heat ramping up even hotter than what it was today. And I've talked to several people and they said it was absolutely miserable this afternoon. So it gives you a little bit of a perspective of what to expect moving forward, but it's just going to be miserable. Stay hydrated and stay cool. And the third headline is one we're most excited about. Adding to the Mississippi Live Weather team, joining me tonight is the third member of our team, meteorologist Maggie McCauley.
Hey Gabe, I'm so excited to finally get to announce this and also to be here with you. Mississippi Live Weather, awesome thing that Matt's starting here in North Mississippi. And again, I'm just excited to finally get to announce for the team.
And yeah, I mean, you're no stranger to North Mississippi, right?
That's right. No, that's right. So me and Gabe work together and I'm glad to get to return to North Mississippi. I've been living in Senatobia, so Northwest Mississippi, but I'm glad that we're serving the entire northern half of the state, right? I moved to Starkville, been living in Mississippi ever since, and then me and my husband moved up to North Mississippi a few years ago, and last but not least, we had an 8 months ago little girl. I'm so excited. This job's kind of letting me still have that work from home.
Yeah, so here in like 20 years, she'll take your spot.
That's right. That's right. Hopefully, right?
Well, perfect. Well, we're so glad that you're on the team. And so what will be your position? What will you be covering?
Yeah, I'll be doing the mornings. So if you're missing a morning forecast, wanting to wake up with us, hey, hi, I'm your girl. We're going to be waking up in the mornings together soon. We're getting in the works on that, but I'll be your meteorologist Friday. So
Hopefully by the end of the month, working on the behind the scenes stuff on that. But again, we're so excited to have you on the team, and we'll finally have more of that 24-hour coverage, making it happen. So I'm going to hand this to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
And your
Get it
fourth
on.
show. Let's get it going.
yeah, that's right. So I'm here helping out Gabe for our 5 and 6 o'clock. Excited to bring you what's going on here in North Mississippi. As Gabe said, it's just been hot out there today. It's been a hot last few days. Here's a live look over in Panola County, Batesville. Right now, it's hot. Feels like temperatures above that. Lots of sunshine coming down as well. So if you have any plans, going to need the shades no matter where you are. This is another live look over in Greenwood. Still 90 over in Greenwood as well. And we're seeing heat alerts in place across the entire Mid-South, or not the Mid-South, across North Mississippi. Take a look at this. Even an extreme heat warning in places across the Delta. This was also extended this afternoon to some of our northern counties along the Mississippi state line. Talking Marshall County all the way over into Alcorn County. Warning. Why? Because you could feels like temperatures exceeding 105. Hot afternoon, especially for again in Northwest Mississippi, all the way up to the line. The rest of us still dealing with heat alerts out there. It's still hot no matter where you are across the Mid-South. So want to take a look at your feels like temperatures across the board. Again, hot out there. 105 feels like temperature in Clarksdale. 108 over in Alcorn County. 102 around the Golden Triangle from Starkville to Columbus as well. So it, yes. Go ahead. Yep. Hold on a second, and I will. You're going to have to give me a second, Gabe, here. Go ahead.
All right,
Take
this. Should
this.
be good.
Could you not hear me?
Audio is just a little bit choppy, so this is just kind of clearing that. There we go.
Now you guys can hear me?
Perfect.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Let me go ahead and set this on the ground. Again, like I said, we're Mississippi Live Weather. It's live here in the studio, right? So we got to fix things as we go. Here's a look at First Alert Doppler radar. Let's continue with your forecast, as we should. Clear conditions across the board. Again, it's just hot out there, not dealing with a lot of rain. We did see a few little brief downpours over the last few hours. Now we're dry. Let me give you an overall picture of what we're looking at, though. High pressure down to our south, over in the Gulf, and we're seeing showers kind of riding along this heat dome that's already setting up in portions of the central United States. That's only going to amplify over the next few days. It's only going to get hotter, unfortunately. But you can see these showers kind of riding along just across really St. Louis all the way to Nashville, down into portions of Georgia, and then into Florida as well, almost around North Mississippi. But again, a few of us saw a few showers out there. I saw one on my drive-in here to Lee County. Over the first 12, we are going to be seeing temperatures in the low 90s over the next hour, mid 80s by 9. Not much relief overnight, guys. It's still going to be a warm one out there. We'll be into the 70s eventually as you're waking up on your Tuesday morning. Again, a few brief downpours were the last few hours. I think now until 10, mainly dry out there. We'll still see showers right outside of the coverage area. So into portions of really central Tennessee, into more central Alabama, seeing a few showers out there, but clear here in North Mississippi. Overnight's going to be the same story. A few more clouds may build in as we head overnight into the early portions of your Tuesday. But the main story over the next few days, not going to be the cloud cover or even the brief heavy downpours. It is going to be the heat. Let's talk about the next 24. So 70s expected as you're waking up on your Tuesday morning. We'll get right back into the 90s, even upper 90s for most of us. Another hot day expected out there for tomorrow. Maybe a brief shower, and you might want a shower. It'll help cool things down if you do get lucky enough to get under one. And then temperatures back in the low 90s as we head 6 o'clock and on. So that's a look at the next 24. Let's look at your Tuesday again. Really, the heat's going to be the main story. We're going to be talking about the rest of your 7-day forecast, your full forecast coming up with meteorologist Gabe Maynor in the next 60 seconds.
We're not just roofers, we're licensed contractors. Local, trusted, backed by hundreds of 5-star reviews from your neighbors.
We don't cut corners, only complete systems with premium warranties. And we keep you informed every step of the way.
We're detailed, thorough, and clean. And we make it affordable, with financing available as low as 0% and same as cash plans. We're not just roofing houses, we're earning trust one neighbor at a time. Call Absolute Restoration.
For more than 100 years, First Choice Bank has provided dedicated community banking to North Mississippi. The banking products and services you need when you need them. At First Choice, you're our priority. Make First Choice your choice for banking.
As a nurse, I've seen a lot of people with sleep deprivation. It affects their job, their home life. At Room to Room, we want to take the guesswork out of buying a mattress, and that's why we brought in this technology. It shows you what you need. We want to do the assessment and find exactly what's perfect for you.
Well, hello there. We're riding the ferry here to Vancouver Island, excuse me, as it is certainly quite packed here and has been a kind of cool journey across the channel here as we head toward the island itself. Vancouver Island, largely unpopulated, but we're going to the city of Victoria there that has some amazing gardens and other things and sights for us to see. The provincial capital here in British Columbia. You can see just the coastline here. If you look at it by itself, pretty awesome there. We're on a very large ferry, multiple levels. And loud, as I guess the ferry's saying hi to one another here. So we expect to make landing here within about the next 20 minutes to be able to go to Bouchard Gardens, which is just an incredible botanical experience. Hopefully we'll have that video for you coming up a little later on. It's a beautiful day, a little breezy here on the deck. We were hoping to see maybe whales on this travel. We have not been able to see that to this point here. Anyway, reporting from Vancouver, Canada, and really Vancouver Island itself, I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Walpon for Mississippi Live Weather.
Right now, from the Mississippi Live Weather Center, here's meteorologist Gabe Maynor.
I do apologize for a little bit of that audio trouble at the very beginning. That is the third member of our team, meteorologist Maggie McCauley, and we'll talk more with her coming up tonight at 6. So if you missed anything she said, there will be a new audio, a new mic coming up at 6, and you'll be able to hear more about where she's coming from and what she's going to be doing here at Mississippi Live Weather. But again, we are so excited to have her be a part of the team and just add to the force we are here at Mississippi Live Weather. So looking at our Mississippi Live Weather radar, the very latest we've been seeing is a few isolated showers that have tried to produce out there along I-22, but really overall we've been dry all day long, and that's allowed those temperatures to really start to build. You see here on the national scale just where those showers and storms have been evident, and that's going to be along that frontal boundary pushing more towards Tennessee, Georgia, and South Carolina. A few thunderstorms within that has been on the stronger side, talking about severe thunderstorms being issued that expected to continue there, Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. But you see, we just lucked out with northwest Alabama just on the outskirts of that level 1 risk, so no severe weather is expected, and really altogether no rainfall is expected either. So that dry pattern, that does continue for the next several days. Tuesday, that severe weather risk continues towards the South Georgia and into Florida, but again, not North Mississippi, and we are staying dry, we are staying clear, we're staying calm, we're staying hot. And temperatures coming in with the low to mid 90s across the region, so that rainfall did provide momentary relief. But honestly, at this point, it's just added to the stickiness in the air, just making it even more of a steamy atmosphere. Currently 95 Amory, 93 Tupelo, 96 towards New Albany. You look out west, we're talking 97 Cleveland, 98 Clarksdale, and 97 Tunica. And folks in Clarksdale, Tunica, and Cleveland, unfortunately, we're still climbing with those temperatures, so just buckle up for even warmer conditions. Current alerts show those excessive heat advisories and extreme heat warnings really along the Tennessee state line and the Arkansas and Louisiana state line. So basically outlining North Mississippi on the north and west parts, but towards the east, you're still under that excessive heat advisory, meaning those feels like values anywhere from 105 to 110 all afternoon long. It's going to be hot, it's going to be miserable. Staying hydrated and cool will be how we defeat this forecast. Because that's one way or another, we got to get through it. Day planner overnight shows those clear conditions remaining in place 6 to midnight and temperatures cooling off. So any late night plans Monday, it's really the best time to do so. Once that sun sets, we cool off and we're going to be upper 80s by around 8 before cooling off to low 80s by midnight. I know it's Monday night. We don't really go out and do things Monday night, but this is the reason to do so just because it is so much cooler. So Futurecast into the rest of our Monday shows really those dry conditions continue to stick around. 7 p.m. You can see where those showers are popping up. I'm actually going to head to this side of the screen because that's really all the action that's taking place is out there towards Alabama. So Monday evening, 9 p.m., still seeing those primarily stick around Hazel Green and Huntsville, nowhere close to North Mississippi, but northwest Alabama could see a few, at least sprinkles, but maybe even a few isolated showers within that. We're talking Franklin County and Marion County and even up there towards Florence, but overall a dry pattern for North Mississippi. Some of those showers trying to get towards Tishomingo County, but even that's a stretch of the imagination because it's battling such a dry pattern that we're under, that high pressure circulating in that drier air, and it's going to dominate our forecast for the foreseeable future. 5 a.m., you see where that cloud cover is coming from, out east, and that's just going to continue to cycle into our area, but that's the only side of moisture will be what comes from the east. So that's what we're watching over the next couple of days for at least some relief with some rain-cooled air. Low temperatures, mid to upper 70s. Our normal low around this time of year, we're talking 73. So the fact we're seeing 77 Tupelo and Amory shows how muggy of an environment it is, shows how hot of an environment it is. It's not typically seasonable this time of year, so this is definitely abnormal, but we got to get through it one way or another. Tuesday morning, still waking up to those drier conditions, so that morning commute should be very much enjoyable, especially with that AC crank to beat the heat. But as the day goes on, temperatures start to rise, and we'll see those temperatures climb well into the mid to upper 90s across the region. We'll see that here in just a moment. The only chance we have is this frontal boundary that does try to get to northeast Mississippi, maybe sprinkling in a few showers by the afternoon. That's going to be our only hope for Tuesday, but chances only coming about 10 to 20%, not overly high for our forecast. There's your 10 to 20% trying to pop up by mid-afternoon, but the sporadic nature of these storms, not expecting any widespread impacts across North Mississippi, just enough to have the rain gear in the back seat just in case, without the expectation of having to use it because of how dry that pattern is. 4 p.m., still trying to see a few of those pop up just as that stationary front lingers, but really going to see that mid to late afternoon time frame for our best chances of rainfall. And hopefully this verifies and we get a good bit of rainfall because right now, here's your high temperatures. And Greenville, we were talking about you yesterday. coming in with 99 on Tuesday, and I said we are in a warming trend. Well, that warming trend has not ended just yet, and those models continue to project very hot temperatures, talking about 101. Where those showers do form, that rain-cooled air happens, and so some of these temperatures might not look as bad as what models are projecting, but where it's drier, we'll of course see 96, 97, 98, 99, and 100 in some spots. Definitely possible. But heat indices, that's really the name of the game right now with 105 to 110. Oh my word. It's a 5 o'clock show. 105 to 110 with 111 Clarksdale, Cleveland, and Greenville. So that toasty, muggy forecast not going anywhere. Now that frontal boundary does start to fall apart, and we'll see those rain chances really deplete into our Wednesday just because there's not a forcing mechanism for it. But some storms at least do try to form. That coverage is still not overly high, talking about 20%, and those will primarily be along the Alabama state line because it is further out towards the east where that frontal boundary remained. So that's what we're paying attention to for our pattern going forward, but don't expect overly high chances. This is one of our highest models actually watching this. We're using some other short-range models, and it was nowhere near this capacity. So hopefully this does happen, and hopefully rain chances will reflect that. But as of right now, this is the only model that's projecting this much rainfall. So we'll see what happens by Wednesday, but that's our only saving grace ahead of more rainfall towards the weekend. But really, it's just going to be that dry and calm pattern moving forward. Moving into that overnight hours, we'll of course see that calm pattern move back in place, but high temperatures for Wednesday not changing too much. Still going to be upper 90s to possible triple digits in some locations. So it's going to be hot where the rain does not happen. Where the sun shines, it gets warm. And heat indices still around that same range, 105 to 110. But no, 110 to 112 in Clarksdale. So it's not going anywhere. That typical summer pattern that we've been in. High temperatures peaking on Tuesday in the 98 degree range, but 97 for Wednesday, 96 by Thursday. There's your best rain chances right there. For Friday through Sunday, seeing some of those start to develop with some scattered nature, so it's not going to be overly high rain chances, but just enough to at least cool the atmosphere down just a bit. This graphic just is insane. It breaks the scale every time. So today, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're talking about surpassing 110. That's why those extreme heat warnings are in place to accommodate for those real feel values. But by the time we get towards Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I'm going to say more bearable, but still that's a heat advisory threshold. So it's just going to be a hot and muggy forecast, rain or shine. And we'll see that all week long. Again, not overly high on rain chances, but we could see Wednesday be a little bit higher depending on how models handle some of that moisture moving in from the east. By the time we get towards Thursday, Friday still a little bit isolated, and Saturday and Sunday becoming a bit more scattered. That's what we're watching for our highest rain chances this week. And of course, we'll talk about that in more detail coming up tonight at 6. Of course, walking you through the introduction of our newest member of our team, meteorologist Maggie McCauley. Hear from her, and emphasis on here, because her mic will be working. We'll make sure of it. And we'll, of course, just walk you through this forecast in more detail. And you might even hear from Chief Meteorologist Matt Laupon out in the field, showing us some of the sights he's seeing. And trust me, this is a sight you do not want to miss. All of that coming up tonight at 6. But speaking of, make sure to download the app. That is a great way to stay informed with what's happening with your weather here in North Mississippi. Go ahead and scan the QR code on your screen, walks you to the App Store. It takes you to the App Store, so you can download that app today and get all the information you need for your 7-day forecast ahead. And you can also tune into the stream or tune in on YouTube. You can tune in on Facebook. There's plenty of ways to do so. But we just encourage you to watch tonight at 6 and 10 for the very latest on your weather forecast and meeting the newest member of our team.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Laupon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Laupon has proven himself trustworthy